simplify a complex number, actually just a power of I. So I'm just going to remind us of some of the four basic ones, and we'll see what these reduce down into. I to the first is going to be I squared is negative 1, I cubed is negative I, and I to the fourth is equal to positive 1. And the fact that I to the fourth is 1 means that we can just break out as many copies of I to the fourth as we need, and we'll always be able to find out, since those are always equal to 1, the leftover number of powers is really the ones that we care about. So one way that I like to work with these, with I to the 46th for example, is that I know that that's the same as I to the 44th times I squared. I can see that 44 plus 2, and 44 is a multiple of 4. So that means that since I to the 44th, since 44th is a multiple of 4, you really have an I to the 4th to the 11th multiplied by I squared, and since I to the 4th is just 1, that means that this is going to be the same as I squared. And what's I squared? Well, by those top 4 rules, that's negative 1. So the answer to this problem, final answer, is negative 1. Okay, I won't go through that full and gory detail, well, maybe one more time. Let's see it on I to the 60th. So on I to the 60th, 60 is actually a straight up multiple of 4. I to the 4th to the 15th, because 4 times 15 is equal to 60. I to the 4th is 1, so this is the same as 1 to the 15th power, so the final answer is just 1. I to the 23rd, what's a multiple of 4 that's right below 23 or close to 23 but below it? Maybe 20. So I to the 20, I to the cube. I to the 20 is I to the 4th to the 5th. So that part of it is going to be just 1 because I to the 4th is 1. And I cubed, as we can see from over here, is negative I. 1 times negative I, of course. Final answer, negative I. And then, how about I to the 101? Well, that's the same as I to the 100 times I to the 100 is I to the 4th to the 25th times I, because 4 times 25 is 100. And so you end up getting 1 times I, and that's just I. So really it boils down to if you can figure out how many copies of, or if you divide by 4, what is the remainder, and that tells you which power you're in. So pause the video and see if you can figure out those huge numbers by yourself. And assuming you give it a good shot here, let me show you another technique that just takes the remainder when you divide by 4. 1039 divided by 4 is going to give you 2 times for 8. 5 times 4 is 20 for 3. 4 times 9 is 36 for a remainder of 3. So I to the 1039 is going to be exactly the same as I to the third, which was just negative I. Final answer. 5,324. Well, 5,324 divided by 4. 1 for 4. 13 would be 3 for 12. 12 would be 3 for none left over. And 4 goes into 4 just once, so this time we're left with a 0 remainder. So this becomes the same as I to the 0th power, and I to the 0th power, or I to the 4th power, is just 1. So the two answers to these you got were hopefully negative I and positive 1.